Welcome to the flowerschool.com video library. I'm Leanne Kessler, Director of the Floral Design Institute, and today I want to chat with you about prom corsages. Thanks to Pinterest, the promers are so much more aware. Still most popular, of course, the spray roses and pinks and whites, but thanks to Pinterest, proms now are open to so many other things. Succulents, orchids, dusty millers, hyacinth, lots of different materials and lots of different colors. My go-to base is the slap bracelet style of the wristlet band. You can pull it out and work with it, and then it fits most any wrist size, from the very smallest to largest. It's so great to work with. I always buy it in this silvery white because it's a nice neutral color, but with today's promers, they want color. And it's easy to tint this using your Design Master sprays. You can use the Uber Matte or the metallic gold or a color, but you can make them any color you want. Very easy, just by airbrushing them with the Design Master. As a professional florist, just the term prom can make you cringe because you know how much work there is. But if you stage it and do it in steps, it can be so fast and so easy. So the first step I do is color enhancing the base. Then I make the bows. I can do a blended color in the pinks and greens, or a solid blue. This is kind of a turquoisey color. Or if you want to do multiple textures, start with different ribbons. Maybe a black sheer, maybe a trimmed beaded black, maybe a little bit of eyelash ribbon. So many different colors and types of things to choose from. And I do them all at once. So if I'm using some eyelash, I make a loop, then cut it off. Maybe I want to add a little bit of the trim, make a loop, cut it off, then go back and add the sheer. So you see, it all fits into my fingers all at the same time. And again, maybe a few more loops with this. Give that a cut. And then maybe adding extra tails with the beads on it. Giving that a cut. Then once it's all in your fingers, use a 26 gauge wire, cut it, and just tie it around. You'll cut the wire off. It's just to hold it together. So just a nice, delicate wire, and then adjust, making the loops go where you want them. To attach the bow to the base, I use Oasis Flow adhesive, cold glue. It truly is the best for this. It's strong, it's sturdy, it doesn't weaken if it gets cold or hot, so it's very, very, very trustworthy. So definitely use your Oasis Flow adhesive for this. And I do it twice. I put a little glue on the tab and let that start to set. Just a tiny bit, it doesn't take very much. A little glue on the tab, let it set. Then go back and put a little glue on the bow itself. This way you're going to have glue to glue, which gives you a very strong bond. Let it begin to set. How do you know when it's set long enough? It gets little bubbles on it. That's your clue when it starts to bubble. And by doing multiples like this, you're not sitting and waiting forever because you're getting one, letting it dry a bit. Blow on it, double check for bubbles, and then go back and just adhere it directly to, hold it with a little bit of firm pressure. Then let it set until it's secure. For this corsage, I'm going to use the standard pink spray roses that everybody loves, but update it a little bit by adding in some tiny bits of Dusty Miller and little bits of succulent as well. Now, Dusty Miller does dry out and wilt, so you want to use just itty-bitty pieces. That way you get just that fabulous grayed color, a little bit of the texture without having to worry about drooping. Then just tack a bit of the glue and set it directly onto the ribbon. And it's so lightweight, it'll just settle right into place, giving a pretty contrast. And go back, add your roses, cutting them flat. You don't want any stem. A little bit of glue right on the base. And then tucking it down in snugly, putting a little pressure there to make sure it goes down deeply and bonds. Again, adjusting your ribbon loops to make room for it. And then a bit of the succulent. And keep repeating, using the roses, the succulents, the Dusty Miller, until it's full and beautiful. Before you put this away in the cooler to wait till prom day, take a moment, spray it down with Crowning Glory. That will lock the moisture in, make it last so much longer. And then to add a little bit of sparkle, diamond dust, just sprinkled right across the top. And as the Crowning Glory dries, it will set it in place, and it'll give it just a little bit of glitter for the night of the prom. The younger generation has embraced dyed flowers. I know for some purists it just makes you cringe, but they love them. And they do look great in a corsage. Now this, with the fuchsia dendrobium dyed with the blue, gives you that great turquoise color. And when you look on Pinterest, if you type in prom corsage, and then it gives you all the categories, blue is always right up at the top. So popular. Also purples. So I grabbed a hyacinth that's the natural purple. It's not dyed. And this will give it some fragrance. And fragrance is also very popular. So that gives you a little bit. Then once you have your blooms, it's so easy. Just a tiny bit of glue on the back of each. And then nestle it in. For a little bit of bling, the Lomi Gems are fabulous. Now the pins are a little long, so you need to cut them down. Be real careful. Watch your eyes because they kind of flip out and they're sharp, so you want to be a little bit careful. Then just a bit of glue on the base of the pin. And you can set it into the hyacinth or beside, or even through the throat of the orchid down into the bow. Metallics are so popular. And we enhanced the band and used the gold ribbons, but you can also use gold foliages. Just lacquer them with the Design Master, just like you do anything else. And then using the individual leaves tucked in gives quite a bit of drama and coordinates well with the luxurious red roses. Again, just cut them off, flat bottom, and then go back, a little bit of glue, and then lift and tuck it in place. There's always discussion as to will the glue hold, is it sturdy, all of that. So my challenge to you is to make one and wear it all day long. Wear it while you clean the house, while you take care of the kids. Pretend you're a princess and amaze yourself that they do hold up incredibly well. I have had no problems with this glue at all. Now the other little tidbit that I want to share with you, if you put the lid back on your glue, it will bond itself and you'll never get it open again. You don't want that to happen. So use a little bit of petroleum jelly, Vaseline, dip your glue in so that you've got Vaseline on the tip, then put the lid on, and now you'll be able to get it open and closed over and over and over again. So you can see prom corsages are fun and easy. It's so much creativity in one little tiny thing. So now it's your turn. If you'd like more inspiration, check out the website, flowerschool.com. If you have questions, need help finding things, you can reach us through there or pick up the telephone at 503-223-8089. And of course, I'd love to see what you create. Take a picture, email it to me at Leanne@floraldesigninstitute.com, or post it on social media and hashtag Floral Design Institute. That way we can all see. Have fun and do something you love.